Hey, this my life we live is a blessing for me. Today the just be on me. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, hey, I'm having a wonderful day. This my life we live is a blessing for me. Today the just be on me. Cause I'm having a wonderful day. Hey, hey, I wake up. Welcome, y'all, to Keeping It Real and Peep Game TV, team collaboration. I'm your man, Shadi Ali, aka SRD, with my man Jay Sean, aka Mr. F Love,
What's up?
here on this February 26, 2026. So, what's good, my brother?
Ah man, well up I'm up here in New Jersey, man. So this snow been like it been a rough one, man. I think this the roughest one I remember since you remember the snowstorm of '96?
Right, yeah, when you couldn't come outside.
Yeah, I always every time they say '96, I remember
Peace, man.
I had a Suzuki. Remember I had that
Yeah,
sky blue
yeah,
Suzuki.
the blue joint.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I was trying to go by this girl house around the corner. I don't know why I was driving around the corner. It was right around the corner, across the street from La C House.
Oh, okay.
Duke cousin, and
Right.
why I drove around there, I don't know. Maybe I was coming from somewhere else, but the snow was so bad, and that was a 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
That snow was so heavy, I got stuck. I remember right in the middle of the street on 17th Ave and
Peace, man.
32nd, right there in the middle of
In the middle of the
17th
street.
Ave, right in the middle, like right in the middle. And I
Oh, okay.
remember, I just left it there, and it was cars stuck everywhere. I left it there, went home, and then I didn't go back to get it to the next day. But it was right in the middle of the street. But that's how bad it was. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
remember that storm.
It was cars stuck everywhere. I couldn't move it, so I just left it there to the next day, right in the middle of the damn street. That was a bad snowstorm, bro. But other than that, I'm just tired of this snow up here, man. It's supposed to be getting better, but now they saying we getting more, so I don't know. I guess it come with the territory.
Yeah.
You ain't messing with that no more, so you
Nah,
good.
brother. I'm done with that, man. Hopefully I come up there. That's why I try to monitor when I come up there.
Yeah.
I try not to come up there and catch it because I mean I could deal with the cold, but the snow in the cold, man,
Mm.
that's for the birds, man.
It's rough. It's rough, man. It's rough. It's real
Yeah, I
rough.
heard y'all got multiple. It snowed one day, then it took a break, then it snowed again. It just snowed the other day.
And it's supposed to snow again, man. And it's crazy because it ain't no parks. It ain't no
Right,
parks, and then it's crazy because down you coming down the street, you got to move over sometime and let cars go by.
right,
Because it
right.
ain't
Because
enough room for.
it's narrow now with the
And then
snow
you
and
got
all that.
and then you got some people who don't know how to drive. They don't know how to drive in the snow, so they just flying down the middle. I guess to make you move over. They just flying down the middle of the like.
Right.
It's just a mess, man. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's a
I
mess.
know y'all can't wait for the spring to break.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, but and then also on another note, I was saying earlier that I got like one more chapter of your book before I'm done, man. And you did a good job. You gotta give credit while credit is due. Like you did a good job.
I
Um,
appreciate you, brother. I
I
appreciate it.
once you start reading a book and then you find yourself you want to read it every day, like that's a good book. So I like every day I'm just reading it, different parts. Like I thought it would take me a long time because I'm not a fast reader
Right, right.
because I got a lot of other stuff going on. But I could actually say that I've been like practically reading that almost every day. That's how I made it to the last chapter.
Oh, okay.
So I got so I think I got one chapter left.
How you
But
doing?
I think I got one chapter or two chapters left.
Oh, all right. Yeah, yeah. And that's pretty good then, because it's
Yeah.
about 240 pages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that means when you get it, you read like at least a chapter at a time.
Yeah, I've been reading it. I've been reading it, but it's a really it's a good read. It's a good book. People should go out there. They should get it and and um and read it and I guarantee you that it's not like an ordinary book. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying that. It's really a good book. It's things I didn't. We know me and you. We knew each other since we was 9, and
Right,
it's stuff in there that blow my mind that I never even knew. I don't. I don't even know. Like I didn't even know that. Like like that's crazy. But it's good. That's legacy. That's that's something that'll be around a long time. So your grandkids could read it, and your grandkids. That's why I always thought about doing books and stuff. So what I mean, like they gonna books be here forever. So you want to be careful and know what you write, and you know what I mean, because
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, what's up?
it's gonna be here. You know what I mean? So
What's up, Floyd? Yeah,
I'm really um re- I, I'm 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 proud of you, but I'm really amazed at the knowledge that's in it. The most of it,
okay.
mostly like if you read it, you get a lot of knowledge. And people don't really want to understand. Like it's a lot of stuff that people don't know.
Right,
Like everybody don't know about the 80s. And I think
right,
you
right.
went back to the 60s in there, the 60s or the
Yeah,
70s.
yeah, yeah. I went as far back to like with my grandfather with Jim Crow era.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you gotta think about a lot of people don't know about that.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like you talking about numbers and numbers. People don't know about numbers before the picket. They think
yeah,
the picket was all it was.
right, right.
A lot of people don't know. They hear about the crack era, but they don't know about the crack era. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they people just gotta go out and get it. You just gotta keep promoting it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that
definitely.
and that's all you gotta do. And then I'm writing the book too. Um, uh Lights called Lights Out. So I've been in that hard. I've been reading I'll tell you, then we can start. I'll tell you
Okay,
what
go
I've
ahead.
been doing every morning. I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning because I go to bed early. I wake up about 3 or 4. I've been I wake up, I read a couple of chapters of your book, and then I write for about an hour.
Okay, all right.
From 4 to 6, I reading your book and writing the new book that I'm writing called Lights Out. So from 4 to 6, that's what I've been doing every morning faithfully. you know,
That
so
that's what it takes, though. That's what
you,
it takes
yeah,
That's what I was doing. I was getting up something like that
yeah,
when I was working on the book. Getting up
mhm,
like 4 in the morning, doing 2 to 4 hours, sometimes 8 hours. Not
yeah,
even not even realizing it.
yeah. So I got my mojo back.
Yeah. Hopefully, you reading the book motivated you like you motivated me with writing your book.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So that's what I've been doing every morning. You know what I mean? Like, so I just wanted to shout that out real fast. We gotta let each other know.
Yeah, I appreciate you, brother.
We
I
doing
appreciate
good.
that. All
Yeah.
of you who didn't get the book, please go out and get it. From Hustler to Businessman, from Andre Shadi Ali. Go get you a copy. And come on the show and talk about it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
and let us know that if there's something in there that surprised you, because I think most people when they see the cover and they hear the name, they already get a preconceived notion of what the book is going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
So purposely, I did my best to make it people be surprised that whoa, it wasn't like I didn't think it was going to be like this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think I had no idea he was going to talk about some of the stuff he talked
I got an idea too. I'll tell you, we talk behind the scenes later too. I just thought about it.
about. All
Something I
right,
did when my book came out after what I did. Um, but now the internet is so broad, you could do it on the internet. But I had to like go get a location to do it. But
right,
we talk behind the scenes.
all right, definitely, definitely. So let's get started. What's up, Nate Sean? What's up, Shashawn? What's up, Floyd? And all of you who are on YouTube, what's going on?
We have my cousin Floyd.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, what's good? What's good, Floyd?
yeah. All right, so who is it?
I think it's you asking me this time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Or is it me? I
yeah,
can't remember.
yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
See, I got my daishiki on.
You're nice and colorful too, brother. Yeah, I see the colors in there. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
Maybe your book did this.
Oh, I did talk about our Afrocentric ties, our, our African ties where we rock the black medallions, no gold.
They don't know. I don't know. And two, you because people on Facebook, right? They can see you, but they can't see me. I always forget to say that if you want to see both of us, you got to go to YouTube, Peep Game TV. I always forget to tell people that because
Right,
people be
right.
like, "I don't see you, I just hear you." But I forget to say in the beginning of the show, if you want to see both of us, you got to go to YouTube. What is it?
Peep Game TV on
Peep
YouTube.
Peep Game TV on YouTube, and you will be able to see both of us.
Absolutely, yeah. I didn't think of that either.
Me either. I know.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. So,
But it's
yeah.
okay if they hear my voice. They know
Yeah,
what I look
most people
like.
hear you and they already know who you is when they hear you, you know.
Mr. Fuck Love right here.
Yeah. Now, you know, you just said it, Mr. F Love, based on relationships and what you done went through and what you done taken people through, what you see, what you hear, and all that has brought you to that conclusion. So, with that being said, my question to you is: are people afraid of commitment or being hurt?
um, I think most people are afraid of being hurt. Because it might sound silly, but I believe that most people are afraid of being hurt because people not afraid of commitment. But this might sound crazy though, but people not afraid of commitment because they not gonna be committed anyway. You know what I mean? So people gonna commit to you. That ain't nothing. But it's people that get married and still cheating when they get married. You know what I mean? It's people that meet people and make people they woman, and they was cheating before the person, while they was when they met the person, and they have no intentions at all of being true.
Right.
None. So that's why I say I don't think people
What's up,
are
Kevin?
afraid of commitment because they
Okay.
not gonna commit any damn way.
Okay. So they're not okay.
but I think people are afraid of being hurt. You know, because once you had a broken heart, it's some feedback. I don't know what that is. Once you had a broken heart, you don't nobody don't want that twice. You know, I'd rather get my ass kicked than have my heart broke again. So nah. So anyway, with me is with me is that I'm probably afraid of being hurt. What about you?
Well, I mean, prior to being married, you know, as you said, I was more afraid of committing. You know what I mean? Because and I don't know if it was a fear or it was just something difficult, as you said, that I couldn't see myself being totally committed, basically after the, first heartbreak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I, I
Thanks,
guess
Norman.
it I guess it does fall in line with actually being hurt. Once you've been hurt, you kind of don't want to be hurt, so you kind of strike first. So you go ahead and hurt somebody else first rather than you being hurt. And that's what I think goes on more often than not. People are, I'm not going to be the one to get hurt. I'm going to go ahead and hurt them, which keeps the cycle being perpetuated on and on and on. So I think that's what it is. The fear of being hurt causes you to hurt someone else because the commitment becomes secondary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The hurt becomes the primary thing that you're concerned about,
Yep.
but not realizing that in the process of you trying not to get hurt or be hurt, you're hurting other people in the process.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So that's my thought about it.
Thanks, Norman. What's up, Nivea
Yeah.
Hetley?
Peace,
Um,
Ken.
how do you? Um, a lot of people might have a different point of views about this, but how I'm reading off the prompt. How do you think parents should handle? How do you think parents should handle grown disrespectful um children?
Uh, there's a. I think that's really, I speak to different people, and a lot of the people have similar views about their children, their grown children. About I don't know whether it was that we gave them too much, trying to prevent them from going through things that we went through, and the end result is we kind of failed them and made and kind of turned them irresponsible. So I think that as parents, you know, especially with grown children, especially 40 plus, children in their 20s, even a little leeway, somewhat kind of in their 30s. But when they hit them 40s and they're about to be hitting a half a century and they're still doing some of the same nonsense they was doing in their 30s and their 20s, then I think it's time to start putting them in positions where they know that, look, with this behavior, you won't be receiving anything. And most times they want finances from you. It's not like they're coming to you for advice and you giving them advice and they're utilizing advice and they're coming back to you saying, "Oh, Dad, you gave me that advice, it didn't work." No, they're not. They're going the opposite way, doing what they want to do, and then when that fails, they turn into you, asking you, "Well, can you loan me this? Can you give me this? Can you give me that?" And as a grown person with grandchildren, what do you eventually you're gonna mess around and you're not gonna have something for yourself. You keep continuously give to individuals who don't want to take advice, but yet they want to go in your pocket. So my new motto is if you can't take my advice, you can't receive my money. You know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that because and if you think about it, any place else, if they go to any institution for money, there's going to be stipulations.
Yeah,
So why shouldn't we give them stipulations when we give them our money?
true.
You know, so that's what I really think is necessary to start putting stipulations on them. And if they don't adhere to the stipulations, just cut the financial part out. You know what I mean? That nah, you can't get no finance. You got to go somewhere else. This bank is closed. You want some
Yeah.
advice? You need some help with some other type of things. Some other labor or something like that. You need a ride or something like that. Okay, you know, you need some food or something. Yeah, I cook you a meal, or you know what I mean, or something like that, or I'll buy you some food maybe. You know what I mean? But get putting money in your hand, no more. It remind me of the old movie we watched back in the day where my man Pretty Tony said, "No dough. I keep you looking good and feeling good and all that, but no dough."
No, no dough.
Right? You
Yeah.
can't, because you know, as I put in the book, you know, as elders, our duty kind of is to give the wisdom, give the
Hmm.
knowledge, to the younger people. And the younger people, they have the energy.
Hmm.
So if you got the energy, here we are getting into our laying back years, and now they want to cipher off of us when they still had the energy to go out and make something happen. It's unfair to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they really, and the saddest part about it that I've been hearing and I experienced myself, that sometimes when you say no, they get angry at you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, how dare you say no to me? I'm your responsibility. No, you're not 5 years old anymore. You're not even 18. You're my responsibility. I upheld my responsibility. I raised you. I gave you an opportunity to become a grown person. Now, as a grown person, you have your own children, so you have responsibility to your children, not me to your children. As a grandparent, the luxury is that we get to choose what we want to do for the grandchildren. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Where they're obligated because it's their children. So that's my thoughts. What do you think?
My answer is yours was long. Mine is short. um, how I handle older disrespectful children is I just don't deal with them. That's it. I just don't deal with them, man. Like I like my like nah. I'm not taking no calls. I'm not taking no texts. I'm not. My answer is very short for that one. Nah, I'm shutting down. The bank is closed. The schooling is closed. The reprimanding. Well, you can't reprimand them because they too old. But
Right,
the wisdom and nothing. I'm just done. When they get to the point where you start saying I don't give a damn and I don't give a fuck or whatever. Excuse my language.
right,
Or
right.
whenever it get to the point where you that disrespectful, then I'm just I'm just shutting down, and I'll rely on what my mother, rest in peace, my mother used to say. When I used to get angry with my mother and I used to stop talking to her, she used to tell me, "You don't got to talk to me." She used to say, "I bet you would need me before I need you."
And that's true. That's a true statement.
And she always was right.
Yeah,
I won't talk to her like 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, whatever. But some kind of way, I always had to come back and wind up talking to her first about something. So that's how I live by that rule. Like, nah, I could shut you down, or you could shut me down, but nah, you're gonna need me before I need you.
absolutely, absolutely.
So that's how it's been, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's you know, I've done that as well. Just like take some space. You know what I mean? Like, give me
Hmm.
some space now. You don't want to be corrected. Then
Hmm.
all right, you out there on your own. Go ahead and fall on your face.
Yep, like that. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead. You know, I can dig it. Now, you were saying earlier that there was some things that when you read the book you didn't know about me. You know what I mean? So, what is something that you went through that people still don't know?
Something I've been through
Yeah,
in
yeah,
life.
yeah. What is something you went through that people still don't know? Something you went through in life that people don't know about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay. The people don't know about me.
right.
I think where I think people get a misconception of me is that they think I just sprout out. They think I just put out call myself Mr. F Love for nothing.
Okay.
That's what I really think. Like people think I just, oh, you've been hurt, or you've been with the wrong women. You know what I mean? You just ain't met the right woman yet, or something like that. But the the misconception, and I think I said this to somebody the other day. The misconception about me is that, first of all, they gotta take in the perspective our age. We 62.
Right.
That's number one. Number two, you gotta take in how many relationships I've been in. You know what I mean? That's number two. Number three, you gotta take all the stuff that I've learned or have been through. So the reason I might call myself Mr. F Love. It's not that I just woke up one day and said I'm Mr. F Love or nothing like that. I said that because all the stuff I seen, all the relationships I've been in, uh, good and bad. You know what I mean? But more of the bad.
Okay.
More times I've been left by people for other men, or times I've been cheated on, or times people misrepresented loving me. You know what I mean? Or just flat out lied about it. You know, times people have cheated on me. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that I was an angel. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because it take both sides. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Um to know what you know. So the biggest misconception of me is that people think I just say that I'm Mr. F Love for no reason, but it's not. I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? I've been through a lot. Two marriages, two divorces, many relationships, many ups and downs, many trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? And then the other note that people don't know about is that uh most people see me and they, and what's up, pimp, and then what's good, pimp, and they think that pimping thing was my whole life. You know
Right,
what I mean? But people who know me good, like you or people, my people from 17th Ave, or people I grew up with, like they know other things, but a lot of other people don't know. Like they don't know. Like I drove buses for transit 7 years, or I worked at Barnet Hospital in the intensive care, or I worked in St. Joseph in the recovery room. Or that I've been in the army, or what I mean, I've been a husband, a father. You know what I mean, like people don't know that. So I think those is the two big misconceptions. Is that I don't really have a valid reason to call myself Mr. Fuck Love, and that all I ever did in my life was be a pimp. You know, it's more than that. What about you?
um, I think if we want to look at it as misconceptions or things I think people didn't know. I think people didn't know really that I had gotten left back. You know what I mean? I think people didn't really know that I had gotten left back twice.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That and the effect that it had on me. You know what I mean? Just imagine, me and you are in the same grade up until the sixth grade.
yeah, yep,
Then you go to the seventh.
yep,
Now I'm stuck in the sixth. That means the people who were in the fifth grade is now in the same grade as me.
right,
You know, so it it did something to me because it made me feel like, wow, man, I'm slow. I'm slipping, and and especially back then because it wasn't like I had F's. I had a few D's. You know what I mean? And my mom decided, oh, you can't be promoted with these D's. If they promote you, I'm going to the board of education. So she
mm.
came to school and threatened the teacher. Next thing you know, I'm left back.
Yeah. I never knew that either. I never knew that's why you got left back because your mother. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
read it in the book, but I never knew that's why you got left back. Like I
yeah,
never knew.
yeah, yeah. My mother came to the school and basically demanded that they leave me back, and it messed me up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I was it motivated me to take a turn that I'm not sure if I would have taken had I
right.
not got left back. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
and that's crazy because um I remember when I got custody of my one of my daughters, and I moved her up here from Atlantic City, and she came up here. I put her in I think she was in kindergarten or the first grade,
Right,
and she came. The year was almost half over, and when she came, and I never forget the the teacher. They asked me. They said, well, she came so late in the year. We think it would be better, if we leave her back a year. You know what I mean? And she'll be able to catch up. They wanted to leave her back because she came midterm, and
right,
they was
right.
like, she not catching up as fast as the other kids. Because
Okay,
she came in the middle of the year, because she
right.
wasn't like where she was living at. She really wasn't going to school a lot.
Okay,
So I remember talking to people about it, and people telling me like maybe I should let her be left back if they saying she not gonna catch up. And then after I did the knowledge and thought about it and everything, I came to the conclusion, and I told the teacher, nah, don't leave her back. I was like, promote her to the next grade. You know what I mean? I
catch up
guarantee
then.
I guarantee you she'll catch up. And
Right.
I feel proud about that I didn't let them talk me into that. Because they was good with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Leave you back and whatever. And I was like, nah, don't leave my daughter back. Nah, promote her and do whatever you got to do to let her catch up. But she will catch up, and it worked out for the best. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So
That- well, that was a good decision because
yeah,
that being left back just like I said, I don't know what it did to other people, but it definitely had a major effect on me.
right. I never even knew that.
Yeah. So
That
that's
was sixth grade, right?
yeah, sixth grade. Yeah.
I think I was in Miss Furlong class.
Yeah, yeah. I got left back in matter of fact, that's who class I was in, Miss
Who?
Furlong.
In the sixth grade?
I was in Furlong in the fifth grade.
Okay, I had her in the sixth grade. Maybe I had,
Yeah,
yeah. I think
yeah, fifth
six.
grade.
I don't even
Had
remember.
I had when I got left back, I was in Miss Semesler class. Miss Semesler. And then my second year in sixth grade I had Miss Ruffer.
Oh yeah, I remember her. I don't
Miss
even
Ruff,
remember my fifth grade teacher though. I
yeah,
know I went from
yeah.
Miss Cortez to somebody else.
Yeah, Miss Furlong. Miss Furlong's in fifth grade, so
Oh well,
that's who you probably had.
I must have went
That's
to
who
Miss
you probably
Furlong.
had, Miss Furlong. Yeah, and she
Yeah.
was the fifth grade teacher.
Oh okay, I went from Miss Cortez to Miss Furlong,
Right,
and then I think Miss Goldberg or something, and then Mr. Meglarino, and then Miss
right.
Harris, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Miss Goldberg was six.
Was
Miss
six, right?
Miglerina was seven.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that's who I was. Goldberg, Miglarino, and Harris.
right. Yeah, and Harris was eight. Yeah,
People probably don't even remember their teachers like that, but like I tell the truth though. I think we had pretty good teachers back then.
yeah. They wasn't bad. They for the most part they cared about you learning.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I believe that.
Yeah, they cared about you learning. So I would definitely give them that. Even though a lot of times, we would goof off, but they really cared about you. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so hit me with the next question, brother.
Oh, it's me. Um. Oh, do okay. I know a lot of people say this, and they they have a lot of big discussions on this. But do you think that do you think slavery still exists today? That's the question.
Uh,
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. Let me. Yeah, I think it exists in a different form. However, it's still similar to the way it was. Why? Because it's like um, when it comes to finances. I want to read something. I want to read something from the Bible. This comes from the Bible.
Hmm.
It says, "Poor people are the rich man's slave. Borrow money, and you are the lender's slave." So poor people are the rich man's slaves. Borrow money, and you are the lender's slave. So basically, whoever you borrow money from, you become their slave. Why? Because think about it. Let's think about it. People who have mortgages. If you get a mortgage, whatever or student loan, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
You have to pay interest on that mortgage or that student loan. It's
Right.
not the initial loan that enslaves you, it's the interest that enslaves you.
Yep.
So let's say you borrow $100,000.
Right.
With the interest, you got to pay back $300,000.
Yeah.
So are you enslaved? Yeah, because you got to pay that debt back. So that means if you planned on retiring, then you're gonna have to keep working until you get that debt. That's
Yep.
like the master saying, you can't come out of the field yet. You can't come out the field yet. You still owe me some money. You know what
That's
I
true.
mean?
Yep.
And when you think about slavery, slavery was a financial institution.
Yeah, it was about money.
Right. So yeah, I think we're still enslaved. Why? Because we get ourselves caught up in debt that keep us locked in to paying a debt that, and most times it's something that we don't even really gain off. Especially when people get cars. A lot of people go get the top of the line car, and once they pull it off the lot, it ain't even worth what they paying for.
Yep.
So you don't even. At least when you get a home, a house, you get some equity out of it. But when you get a car, student loans, and a lot of people now stuck with student loans that they not even working in the field that they went to school for. But they still owe that student loan, and they're not trying to give you no forgiveness unless you get into a certain field that allows you forgiveness. Why do you think a lot of people go become teachers? Because that's one of the fields that you can get that student loan forgiveness. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, if you ask me, yeah, I think the new slavery is being caught up with the financial institutions, the borrowing and the loaning. I think that's the new slavery, the finances. What do you say? What you think?
I agree. I agree because I mean, like, we can't say it's the physical, like, the physical slavery. So, um, I believe it's the mental slavery. Like, um, I got a loan now, and I was looking at the loan the other day, and I was like, man, I've been paying on this loan for a couple of months,
Right.
but the actual money I borrowed is still there, greater than that.
There you go.
You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
I just seen that the other day. I'm looking, I'm like, all right, now I know I cut into this loan now. You know what I mean? And I looked, and the same amount I borrowed was still there. And I'm like, man, that's like seven double payments ago. So that was just the interest. That was their money.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So um you were slave to loans and credit cards and mortgages and all stuff like that. You still a slave. They tell you to get a credit card. They tell you it's for $300, and then they tell you it's $100 annual fee. So they give you the credit card, but it's only $200 on it. But they told you it was 300, but
right.
they took 100 because that's their annual fee. And then you
Yeah,
you don't got no choice because you want the 200. You want the
right.
credit.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? But definitely agree with that. What you said about that. A slave to financial
yeah.
the financial ways of America.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy part is that's what I read that in the Bible. Now this is the Bible telling you that look, this is millions of people who are Christian might not have ever read that in their Bible.
Right.
you know? So I thought it was, would be nice to bring that up.
That's a fact. That's true.
Yeah, yeah. So let's get to the next one, brother. Now, I hear a lot of people say they don't be able to sleep at night. They stay up. They can hardly sleep. They got what they call it insomnia. Okay. With that being said, what issues today keep you up at night?
um, the issues. You know what issues really keep me up at night? The issues that really keep me up at night is things like retirement. What I mean by that is that you go to bed at 62. You know what I mean, and you waking up at 62, but you still working because you went to bed at 18 working. You woke up. You went to bed at 18 working. You woke up at 67 working, and you still working. So like stuff like that. That's the stuff that keep me up at night, wondering like where's the raisin in the sky, or where's the um where's the snow? I mean, where's Snow? What they call that, Snow Valley? Oh, where's the white picket fence?
Oh, okay.
Where, you know what I mean? Like where is that at? Because like yo, it's really no stopping. And it's nothing that hurt me more is than when I see an old person that's old physically. They old already, and then they fit their body. They might have a cane, or they might have a limp, or they might walk slow, or they might be old and a little, decrepit or whatever, and they still going into a job punching a clock. You know, that really irks me, man, to see somebody old like that, going to still having to work at an old age after they work their whole life. And them telling you can't retire till you 67, and then the money that they give you a month, you still can't live off of that because your rent is too high. So then you gotta either tell the people how many hours can you work and still get your check, or you gotta just or you go out and you come out of retirement and you go back to work. That really bothers me, man, knowing that at the age I'm at, you know what I mean, that it's really hard to survive, you know, off of SSI or SSD or whatever you want to call it. Um, it's nothing more that I hate than seeing a old person or somebody sickly with a lot of ailments and they still going to work at an old age. What about you?
Um, I don't really like. I don't really have a problem sleeping. I normally could go to sleep. You know what I mean? At night, I normally give me a few minutes and I'm out. I'm snoring. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
snoring. However, now I do think about what you said. When it comes to people being forced due to necessities, just food, clothes, and shelter, to remain out in the field, out on the plantation. Let's call it what it is, the plantation. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Because if you're not able to utilize it to get you to a point where you don't need it anymore, then it's still a plantation.
Yeah.
So once you get to a point where you can utilize it, and like you said, you didn't utilize it and you don't have to go anymore, then it was just a job that you utilized to go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
However, because as I said on one of the other shows, because many of us are, kind of illiterate to uh, financial management, economic management, we blow money. And go back to what I was saying about the grown children. They sucking money out of your pocket. You know what I mean? Grown children that you spent the majority of your life raising still coming to you sucking you dry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they got years to work. You trying to find that pie in the sky, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You want to get to the end of the rainbow. So,
Yeah.
but if we continue to allow them to, interfere with that, then you know you'll be to spend the majority of your life raising your children and working, and didn't really take any time to enjoy your life. And that's what I think the real travesty is. Now, it's a difference if you're one of those people. Some people who don't need to work but just want to work, because that's just who they are. But we're
Right.
not talking about those. We're talking about those who want to retire but unable to retire due to finances or health. You know what I mean? Like you said, people with ailments. So
Mm-hmm.
some people are unable to retire because of health insurance. Their job have health insurance and they are unable to retire. So when you look at America and her husband, the United States, they really are, you know, basically slave owners. You know what I mean? Because it's not like they're making it better, because, as you said, rents increasing, mortgage increasing, who the interest rates. Now, the thing for me is, how can you charge me a 10% interest rate, but when I put my money in your bank, I get a half a cent interest? You know what I'm saying? So when I borrow money from you, you charge me 10%. But when you borrow my money, you only give me a half a cent. You dig? You know what I mean? So that's the thing that that really gets to me when it comes to dealing with the institutions, the loan institutions, the financial institutions. You know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got time for I think one more, right? The last one.
Um. Um. Why? Why do you say pastors are watering down the Bible?
Good example. Them watering down the Bible is how many people who are watching that go to church ever heard, what I read about, that poor people are the rich people, are the rich man's slaves. How many people have ever heard that? How many people have ever heard the pastor even talk about that? Or that the rich and the poor have this in common: the Lord made them both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's different, and let me see something else that I could say. Get rid of a conceited person, and there will be no more arguments, quarreling, or name calling. You know what I mean? Get rid of a conceited person, and you don't have to worry about arguing or none of that kind of stuff. You know, so and get good advice, you will succeed. Don't go charging into don't go charging into a battle without a plan. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So basically, these are things that I think would be helpful to parishioners, to congregations, if pastors talked about stuff like that. Don't go charging into battle without a plan. Don't go charging into something without putting together a plan before you get yourself into it. You
That's
know,
true.
so it's so I think you know the pastors are watering down the Bible because they're giving people information that doesn't really, my opinion, help them evolve into a higher level of individual or a more productive individual. Because a lot of the stuff in the Bible, talks about behavior too. You know, have reverence for the Lord and be humble, and you will get riches. Be honored and have a long life. You know what I'm saying? Respect people, respect the higher power, the creator. So I think if some of this was gone over in churches and even reading at home with the children, I think we could have a little better and more or less disrespectful society. I think that's what we would ultimately have, a less disrespectful society if we you know the pastors stepped up a little bit. And when I talk about in the book, I kind of talk about the pastors being, if you are called by God, why do you have to go to a school to become a pastor? Why, you know what I mean? So that's something that kind of bothers me, because it's like, okay, you got to go through this procedure to be recognized as a pastor. So with that, I believe you the the theologians teach you what to teach the people, and by doing that, as a group of people, we are dealing with injustices, you know, and inequality. So that's my thought. What do you think with the pastors?
Um, I really don't. I gotta keep it real. I really don't know much about the pastors, knowing what they doing. I just know about from what what I hear about, and stuff like that.
Right,
Um, every time that in the past that I have tried to go to a church, I might have thought I heard a pastor saying something good, and I'd be like, well, I'm gonna go back. You know what I mean? But it always lead back to like the money thing with me. I can't get past that. I can't get past that asking for money thing. It
right,
just always seemed like it's about money, and I know they gotta pay the rent or for the building and stuff like that. But it just seemed like they be having that 10 times over sometime. You know what I mean? So I don't know if they watering down the Bible. I really don't know much about that, so I can't say much about that. But I will say that if you go there for one thing, you anticipating that, and to be um turned away or misguided because of another thing, like them like asking for money and pass the thing plate around or the bucket again
Right.
or whatever. Now I don't know if they ask for money in the Bible. I don't really know too much about that, but
Well, there was a scripture where rich people did is where Jesus, the lady gave her last. She
mm,
probably gave a penny or something.
yeah, I think I
And,
heard that.
and Jesus said that was more than the rich, than everybody else gave. Why? Because she gave her last.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
You
got
know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And she gave from her heart.
right,
So the thing is, it's mostly speaks about giving to the poor. You know,
right.
it doesn't really talk so much about giving to the church. It talks more about, making sure you feed the poor.
Yeah, I could deal with that, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I don't know much about them watering down the Bible, but
right.
uh, the money thing is what gets me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that alone that gets a lot of people. You know what I mean? When you sit
Yeah.
in church and you have 3 to 5 offerings. You know what I mean? And then you get the deacon start telling you it ain't enough money. You need to dig deeper.
Yeah, that's the killer for me.
You know what I'm saying? So you didn't get. So according to the Bible, you give what you can.
Yeah.
Don't they when they start talking about you got to give 10%. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen. This is where I say they water down the Bible. You got to give a certain percentage. I haven't
Right.
seen that in the Bible yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the stuff that kind of get to me. Like, okay, if you don't read it, then they can tell you anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my thing. But we done for the night, brother. And
Oh,
thank
okay.
you, Shoshania, Floyd, Kev, Ethel, all of you on YouTube, and those of who on TikTok. Thank you all. Brian, thank you, my brother. You came a little. It's good to see you, man. We just about to sign off. Hopefully, you got your book, brother. If you didn't, go to
Mhm.
Amazon.
If they order the book right now, they'll have it before the next show.
Yeah. Okay, Ethel says she don't know where, but it in the Bible, she believes it's 10%. I think that's what they say. I don't know if it's in the Bible. I haven't seen it, and I try to read the Bible regularly. And if I see it, I'll confirm it. You know what I mean? And hopefully, Ethel, you got your book. And Brian, go get your book, brother. You know what I mean? And I appreciate y'all. Let the people know where they can see you at tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I'll be on Facebook Live tomorrow about 10 at night, and I'll be on TikTok at um at JSean763. Doing my late night numbers. Tomorrow night. It's been last couple of weeks. They've been pretty good. Been a little tapered down. We trying to calm it down a little bit. Good night, Norman.
Yeah, I
Norm,
know.
and
Oh, it should be there now. At the Go there now. It should be there. You should be able to get it by the 6th of March. It should be on there now. Go
yeah,
ahead, brother.
that's it about 10 o'clock tomorrow. And I think I'm gonna do a video because I'm dropping the audios March 1st.
Okay.
Uh it's called Keeping It Real with Jay Sean Unfiltered Life Diaries.
All right.
So
All right.
that's going
Look out
it's
for that, y'all. Look out for that.
It's gonna be deep. It's gonna be I'm gonna make some announcements that I got a private group on Facebook called Keeping It Real with Jay Sean. So I don't know if I'm gonna just put the videos in there or if I might put the first one out on Facebook and in the group, but then after that I'm gonna put them in the group, and everybody in the group they get all my videos for 1 month for free. But it's
Okay.
deep, shot. You gotta listen to it. Like you gotta listen to it. It's me telling different stories about different things that happened to me in my life. It's
All
it's,
right.
it's really I got about eight or
Eight
nine done.
episodes. Okay.
No, I got about eight done so far. I'm just gonna keep going. I ain't gonna stop because I'm gonna try to put out about 2 or 3 a week. You
Right.
know what I
Okay.
mean? And so I'm just telling like different stories of different things in my life. So from
Okay.
everything from anything from marriage to the military to hustling, uh or everything. I'm just telling different stories of my 10-minute stories of my life, but they all good, and they all like from
And,
different parts of my life. So I'm gonna drop that March 1st, but you got to be in my group, the Keeping It Real with Jay Sean group, to hear it, and they get
and
the
you got
first month free. But
okay. And
i'll
you
be
gonna
i'll
have
be
what
talking
pictures
more
to
about
go
that.
along with it, similar to yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's similar to how I was, trying to do little things with my book. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Little
yeah.
little segments.
Yeah,
You know.
it's like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yup. It's like that,
Okay.
but I'm doing the audio. It ain't. I'm not. You can't see me, but you will hear me. And
All right.
I got pictures that's popping up. But it's pretty cool. I did it with Dre.
Okay.
Dre helped me with the graphic designs and stuff like that. So
Oh, all right. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Drake good with that stuff.
So
So yeah.
I'm looking forward to dropping that March 1st. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it at or what videos I'm gonna drop first. So I got a couple of different. I got one about smoking angel dust in Jackie Robinson Park in New York with Allah and the Houston brothers. Remember the Houston brothers from Ohio?
Oh, okay.
Remember they used to come from
Yeah, yeah,
Ohio.
yeah, yeah.
Melvin and Kelvin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Melvin, Kelvin, John, Mike,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of
I
them.
got a
Yes,
story.
okay.
I got the first four is like that's one of them, and then another one is
What's up, Sig? I'm
uh
about to be out.
being trapped in just different. You got to be there to hear. They
Okay,
pretty.
all right. Lot of different things. All right, that's what's
Yeah,
up
yeah,
though.
yeah,
Y'all be on the lookout for those. You know.
yeah. The life diaries, unfiltered life diaries. Yeah,
Okay.
we got to stay busy, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm still grinding, man. Still grinding. Still,
What you used to say, you used to push it all the time. We got to be a millionaire by the time we 20, by the time we 25, by the time we 30,
Yeah,
by the
yeah. We
time
got
we
to
40.
look. Yeah,
By
we
the
got
time
we got to get it, man. We got to get it. Just can't we can't let it go, man.
one of us gonna do it.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
us gonna do it. The party ain't over yet. The
Nah,
lights ain't
nah,
out yet.
nah.
You know,
We got to do it, man. We got to hit that mill.
we still got time to hit that $1 million or a million copies sold. Either one.
If you get one or the other, you get the million copies sold, you definitely got the $1 million. So, and then some. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it can't happen without you guys, man.
You
We need
know,
you guys to make that happen. You know
you
what I
know.
mean? No millionaire is made by themselves. Any
Nah,
millionaire is made with people help.
unless
You know
they
what I
inherited
mean?
it from
Help.
their parents.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But then they ain't made. It was given to them. You know
Yep,
what I'm saying?
like
So
Donald Trump.
right. So we can only become millionaires with y'all help, man. Y'all support.
That's a fact.
That's it. You know. All right, everybody. Thank you again. We know you could have been anywhere, and we're thankful that you came to spend the time with us. And for that, we're grateful. And we'll see you all next week. Peace.